Welcome to the Captain's Log with me, Captain Christina Zamora from blogtrek.net. The Captain's Log is a podcast where I document my day and style it like a Star Trek episode. If you enjoyed the podcast, check out blogtrek.net where I have pictures, stories, and more. I hope you like this subspace transmission. Captain's Log, Stardate 06302021.6. I was in my quarters when I was hailed by General Brandi of the Klingon Empire. The general requested permission to pass through Federation space. Given our past skirmishes, I was leery, but was open to trying to re-establish diplomatic relations, especially given the fact that the sibling of the Klingon, Admiral Steve, was hospitalized due to a heart condition at a nearby Federation medical facility. The crew was briefed on the arrival of General Brandi and had mixed reactions. As the IKS Stiwa docked, I began to second guess myself. As much as both of us have tried to get along, we mostly have ended up exchanging weapons fire before too long. Things started out rough. First Officer Bella was not pleased seeing Brandi on our ship. She immediately pulled out a phaser and opened fire on the Klingon. The general took out her bathlit to deflect the blast and seemed poised to engage in battle, but withdrew to her vessel before things could escalate. I wasn't too pleased because I wanted to formalize a peace treaty. Though my first officer did initiate the skirmish, I felt a bit upset at Brandi for not having a bit more composure and adeptness at dealing with my officer. The general later voiced the opinion that I should have reprimanded my officer more harshly in order to discourage insubordination. I took their advice under consideration, but ultimately didn't want to come down hard as it would look like I was taking sides instead of mediating. As we sat down for negotiations, Brandi shared with me that she was once again on the Ketracel White. I wasn't thrilled about it, but I appreciated her honesty. The thought of using Ketracel White has crossed my mind, but thus far I have remained strong. Later, our conversation shifted to clothes. The general is very much into fashion and always has an abundance of new outfits. As more time passed, well, a touch of the pun far afflicted both of us. At first, I just wanted to cuddle, but decided to go for it anyway. The morning after Brandi and I did our own separate chores, I thought Brandi would go visit her brother, but couldn't. When the general did return, she got into it again with Bella. I patched some stuff up and decided to go to Yamka 4. I was a bit surprised that Brandi wanted to go. Nonetheless, we go in separate vessels to the planet to swim. Bella and Brandi seemed to get along. After the swim, dinner was made and Brandi and I decided to go out to the Badlands for drinks. Being in the Klingon ship, I felt like I had entered a temporal anomaly. It felt like old times, both good and bad. I put on my music and began to sing. Like old times, she began to redirect my attention by asking me irrelevant questions to engage me. Usually, when flying through interstellar space, I prefer to sing. The general prefers conversations. I know she isn't a fan of me singing over the music, but, well, whatever. Aside from that, we had a good time. Or maybe it was the fact that I was rather drunk after having several servings of Klingon ale. Whatever the case, things were jovial by the time we left Quark's bar. The general stayed around for another star date, then woke up early to do some more errands. Brandi still hasn't been able to see her brother. Brandi and I still have some old disagreements that came up this afternoon about what led us to breaking up. She still wishes to join the Federation, though thus far I have rebuffed the Klingons. I think an uneasy alliance with trade, like in a trade agreement of one sort, is probably the best course of action for now, at least until I find a more suitable partner to admit into the Federation. Aside from that, nothing much else to note. I haven't heard from Captain Eric since our skirmish. I did tell the Wiskian that I just couldn't endure any more volatility from them, and I didn't trust them. A face-to-face meeting could resolve things, but for the time being, I'm not going to spend credits on flying halfway across the galaxy to see him. I'm still trying to find the credits to show up to the Star Trek Las Vegas festival taking place in August. At this point, I think I can possibly go, assuming nothing drastic happens financially. Captain's Log Supplemental. General Brandi read my blog and became upset. I moved to reassure Brandi, but she wasn't comforted. Brandi wasn't pleased by the fact that I didn't write more fondly of our time together and was upset that I said that I wanted to find a more suitable partner. The general left Federation space and then called later. Old arguments resumed, and after the Klingon kept cutting off communications, I blocked their subspace transmissions from reaching my ship. I sometimes question whether I should be sharing my logs with individuals that know me in real life, as it has caused issues before. On one hand, I want people to know me on a deeper level, and I try to be honest here. But on the other hand, my honesty has costed me at times. For the time being, I will still continue to share um, my log, but I'm definitely going to be a bit more cautious. And well, this concludes this episode of Blog Trek. Thank you for joining me to see pictures and to read the story. You can go to blogtrek.net. Thank you for your time.